Hey guys, I got tagged by NeverEnuffAmmo to do 5 items that I would take or have in a shiz hits a fan WROL situation. And so I have in front of you 5 items that I think are incredibly important in a survival / WROL situation. So now these are just 5 items amongst the thousands of items that you really are going to want to have on hand. Not shown here are food and just different things, you know, like first aid, stuff like that. So, but I just put together 5 items that I think every prepper, every person that is preparing for any kind of an eventuality might want to have on hand. So let's go through these items real quick. I've got my baby in here and my dog's walking around here too, so there might be a little bit of noise in the background, but so bear with me. But okay, so first off, we'll start with the boots. I think that everyone should have a really quality pair of footwear, and I'm big into having something that you can use in an all year situation. These ones are my Danner boots, and they are the TerraForce X or TFX version of the boot. And they're Gore-Tex line. They're non-insulated, but they do have Gore-Tex in them. And I use these year-round. They're not the most they're not the warmest boot for winter, and they won't protect against like really high snow levels. But I've trekked up in the mountains after big game and things like that wearing these boots, and they've done just fine. So, and if you couple these with a nice pair of wool socks, they're really going to be good for the winter. But they're great for the summer as well. And you can use hold on, baby's hitting the tripod. Come here, baby girl. Come here. Here, you sit right here. Take that. Okay. So, but they're great in the summertime. You can wear some nice light socks with them, and they breathe really well, being Gore-Tex. So, and they're waterproof as well. So, I mean, last year in the fall went elk hunting with these boots, and we got rained on for 2 straight days, and everything on my body was completely soaked. Even though I had a rain poncho on, you know, when I perspired or whatever, the rain poncho would keep the moisture in anyway, so I was just soaked. But my feet were dry, and were as dry as they could be. And so I recommend that every prepper have a good pair of footwear, something that they can use year-round. Okay, sweetie. Okay, so all right. Also, I think everybody should have a real good quality axe. Okay, being able to process wood for fires and also for like maybe building something, constructing something is going to be really important. This is a very simple axe that I picked up. This is our camping axe, just a 2.5 pound. It's a Collins axe, but actually it really does a good job. It's not an expensive axe, but it does what it needs to do. And if I need to split firewood, whatnot, this is a good way to go about it. So everyone should have a way to process wood. Now that can be your large Bowie knife, survival knife, things like that. You can baton wood, things like that. But this is really going to be able to. But an axe will save you a lot of effort. So, and another thing is water. This is actually an empty 5 gallon jug that we're going to be filling up here, and I'm going to probably do a water. Let me flip my viewer around here so I can see. I'm actually going to probably do a water treatment video here in the future. You know, just a little bit of knowledge that I have. And it's something like this. You're going to want to use 5 to 8 drops of chlorine bleach per gallon of water. So about 5 to 8 drops. So in this you would do between 25 and 30 drops of bleach in here, and you want to use bleach that's non-perfumed, doesn't have any phosphates in it, things like that. And but these are a real good way to store water, and it's something that's a little bit more mobile. I mean, If you want to store a bunch of water, you want to do it in like a 55-gallon drum, but those you can't move around. These, you could go and collect water out of a river, out of a lake, out of someplace. So these are good to have on hand, these 5-gallon water jugs. Okay. Then one thing that is going to be important is the fact that when stuff goes down, you're not going to necessarily have natural gas or electricity flowing to your house, and so the stove in your kitchen is not going to be operating necessarily, and so you want to have a way to cook your food. Now, if you have a fireplace, you can use, you know, even just a standard frying pan to cook meats, things like that. But a good way to be able to cook bread and stuff that you want to keep enclosed is by using a Dutch oven. This one actually is a Lodge. It's a 6-quart Dutch oven that we just picked up. We've actually never used this one. We have other Dutch ovens that we've used in the past, but this one I got a really good deal on, and so we went and picked it up. But the one thing that's nice about cast iron is they're easy to maintain, easy to clean, and you can cook anything you want on it. And in fact, the more you cook with them, the better your food's going to taste, because the more the cast iron gets a patina on it that's seasoned, and it's just fantastic. If you guys haven't had the chance or opportunity to do a lot of camping or Dutch oven cooking, man, you're missing out. So anyway, I recommend that everyone has at least one Dutch oven on hand to do their baking with, do their cooking with, because they're really convenient. And you can use just coals out of a fire. You can also use charcoal, although unless you store up a bunch of charcoal, you'll probably run out of that pretty quick. So anyway, learn how to cook with a Dutch oven. It's going to be an invaluable way to prepare your food. So, and then last but not least is having the ability to defend your supplies. If you're stocking up a bunch of food and a bunch of different supplies, you're going to want to be able to defend that and defend your family, as well as be able to harvest food. People, I don't think they necessarily think about that all the time, is the ability to harvest meat with a gun to be able to feed their family or supplement their food supplies. So guns and ammo. In fact, this is just a 100-round box of XM193s. And this is my Smith & Wesson M&P 15. This is my main battle rifle. This is my go-to gun for shiz hits a fan like scenario. And I think everybody should have a good quality firearm of whatever you choose. You know, shotguns are incredibly versatile guns. You can hunt birds, small game. You can also hunt big game with slugs. So that's a good choice. A carbine, tactical carbine is really good. You can hunt small to medium-sized game with this. You could also, in a real desperate situation, probably do a headshot on something larger, such as an elk or a deer. You could probably take deer down. Our deer around here are mule deer, and they're a little bit on the large side. But for small, like whitetail, things like that, the 223 is actually a fairly decent round, as long as you get a decent round that is good for hunting. But anyway, so those are 5 items, guys, that I would choose in a WROL situation. So hopefully you found this interesting. I'm going to probably try to tag a few other people. I've got to look through my list to see who's been tagged already. If I tagged and you already have been, just disregard. So, all right, guys. Thanks, Matt, for electing me tagged, and hope you guys enjoyed it and found it interesting. So, we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.